right, so for our first set, we're going to start off with a strict press or an overhead press. So a strict press would be using a barbell, okay? We would want to set up here with our elbows slightly in front. We press up, and then as when the bar clears our head, we kind of stick our chest through, and we lock out tall, and then pull back down. Don't try to go behind your head. You want to stay in front of your face for a true strict press, and really keep those elbows forward and try to raise the bar back, and then pull yourself through. There won't be a lot of deviation. You won't move very much. That's if you're going to do a strict press. I really encourage most folks to use a dumbbell or a kettlebell. Just allows the shoulder to move a little bit, allows us to get what we call the scaption plane, which I'm going to show you here. If you see me sideways, I'm going to keep my elbows and my arms a little bit in front of my body, and then I'm going to press straight up, keeping my forearms vertical, and then pull straight back down. All right, I'm keeping my arms tight to my body. I don't want to be way out here. And when I come down, I don't want to stop short. I don't want to stop here. I want to pull those elbows all the way down. And I'm going to have a big reach up to the ceiling, pull back down. I can even add a little rotation as I lift and then pull back down. When I keep those elbows a little bit ahead or at least below my hand and keep that forearm vertical. My shoulder's going to be a lot happier there. You can kind of glide. Your shoulder blades can kind of help you out. That's just going to be a lot easier. So grab a challenging weight. We're going to try to do 6 to 8 reps here, and then we're going to find a cable machine. We're going to go high to low pull. Okay, so I've got 2 bands. I've got 2 separate handles here that I just made one. You can grab a dual handle as well. That's fine. Okay, we're going to sit down on the ground, sitting up nice and tall at about 60-degree angle. Row down to your chest. Let it back down. Feel those shoulder blades wrap around that rib cage. Okay, they come tight together and then they go apart. Pull together, go back apart. Notice how I'm not rocking with my spine or my body. I stay still and those shoulder blades glide. I've got my heels digging into the ground, kind of pulling me forward a little bit, so my hamstrings and my glutes are on, my core is engaged, and I squeeze my shoulder blades together. I'm going to do 10 to 12 reps. I want this to be pretty heavy. I want you guys to grind that out a little bit. All right, then we're going to rest for about 2 minutes before we go back in to our overhead press. Again, you can do straights, you can do dumbbell, kettlebell, whatever you want. I prefer the dumbbell, kettlebell, but you do you. And then we'll have our rows, and then we're going to repeat 4 times. So we're going to have 4 total sets there. Okay, after that, we're going to go into our hinge position. Okay, so we're going to go single leg hinge here. I'm going to find a steering point, so I'm going to steer right at the bottom of the cable here, so something like 5 to 6 feet out in front of you. Then I'm going to put all my weight in my toe of my working leg. I'm going to hinge down, reaching for my ankle, come back up. Hinge down, reach for that ankle. I've got my knee bent right now. I'm going to try to straighten that out as I go. Bending the knee will help you with a little bit of balance, but it will also tend to arch your back. We don't want to do that. Feel that pelvis rotate. I got that leg straighter that time. That was a better rep. Come back up. I rest my foot each time down here to kind of reset. Don't rush these reps. Big hinge, scoot back up. Big hinge, scoot back up. Notice how when I go down, I'm reaching for my ankles back here. I don't have my weights out here. I'm reaching back, keeping everything tight. I want to keep everything tight to the midline. I pull those arms back here at the shoulder and lat and reach back. I don't let it go there. After that, we're going to get in a bear position. Okay, we're going to do 6 to 8 reps each leg. If you're going heavier, which I encourage you to do, just get 6 reps. Maybe start off with 8, maybe even 10, and then we can move down from there as we increase our weight. From here, we're going to get into a bear position. Okay, so on our toes, knees are underneath my hips, and I'm going to reach out with my opposite hand and leg, and then I'm going to come in and try to crunch. Reset. I'm going to reach out with my left hand, my right leg, bring my elbow and knee together, crunch, and replace. I'm trying to keep that balance. Reach out and crunch. And try to hold each one for just 1, 2 count, short little count. Working on your balance, crunch, come back in. Reach out, opposite hand and leg, so right hand, left leg. Bring it back in, touch, hold, reset. Reach out, left hand, right leg. Lost a little bit there. Press away with that arm. Pull back in. We'll try to get 8 each side there. That's fine. Okay, so that's our second set. We'll again repeat that 4 times. So we've got 6 to 8 each side, going heavy on that hinge with a single leg. Okay, and then we're doing our reach outs. We're going to do 6 to 8 each side there. Really get a big reach, really get a strong contraction. Let that core work. We'll do 4 rounds of that, rest for 2 minutes between each set. All right, so we're going to start our last circuit with plyometrics with push-up. We're gonna be here on the elevated box. It's very important that I keep my core tight. I don't want my hips to shoot back like this, especially when I push up. I want to be strong here. I want to control my descent and then push back up and then catch. Push back up, catch. Push back up, catch. Notice how my body, my hips are moving. I'm not pushing up, back, and then coming up there. And I'm not trying to catch I'm not trying to be upright and standing when I push myself back up. I'm catching myself and bouncing into the next one. We're only gonna do these plyos if you're very comfortable doing push-ups. If you're not comfortable doing push-ups, if you're still working on your push-up, let's just work more on the push-up. We can do some slow eccentrics, pushing back out. If you can't push back out, that's fine. Just use the eccentrics and then reset at the top. All right, but if you're not comfortable with doing 8 to 10 regular push-ups with great form, again, caveat with great form, then maybe these plyo push-ups we can push away and then we can work on just a regular form until we get there. After that, we're going to do an eccentric chin up. So we're gonna get ourselves up on the chin up. It can be underhand, it can be neutral, whatever you want. And then we're gonna slowly lower ourselves. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're gonna get long before we put our feet back on our chair or the ground or whatever's underneath us. We'll reset, we'll use our legs to get back up there, and we'll pull ourselves back up. Control, 3, 2, 1. So whatever you're holding on to, it can be neutral, it can be underhand, it's fine. And we're just getting long in this shoulder. So when we're going down, jump up to get ourselves up to the top and just get long with that shoulder as we sink down. Get long here, and then we reset using the bench, using our legs. And then after that, we come here to the wall. We're back up against the wall. Hands are at shoulder height and they'll stay there. As we get tired, the hands will want to drift down. Keep them up, we're gonna press off, keep the hands on, and lower back. Press off, keep the hands on, press back. Don't get in the habit of bringing those hands off. You can't do that. You gotta leave your hands on, press out, control back. Press out, control back. Press out, and then the key is controlling it back. You're gonna feel the back of the shoulders and then upper back really light up. We'll do 15 there. So we're gonna do 8 on that plyo push-up. We're gonna do 5 of the eccentric chin, and then we're gonna do 15 here on these wall press-offs. Okay? You don't have to have a ton of rest between these. A minute, minute and a half is fine. And then we'll again complete 4 rounds. That'll do it for this workout. If you have questions, comments, listen below. Appreciate you taking time. Have an awesome workout.